a booty squat. I'm using a Smith machine. You want your feet a few inches in front of you. I'm using a board. I'm going to elevate my toes with this board, so it's going to force me to activate my glutes more. You want your feet a little bit more than shoulder width apart, and you also want your toes pointed out slightly. At the bottom of the movement, you're going to pause for a second and then push with the heels up and squeeze the glutes at the top of the movement. Okay, so the second exercise is a mini single leg squat. So what I mean by mini is you're not going completely down into a normal single leg squat. You're basically going to bring this leg in front of you, bring your hips back, squeeze up. Same thing for the other side. Bring those hips back, make sure your back is straight, core is tight. If using weight is too difficult, you can also do this with no weight. Just bring your hands in front of you, squeeze, squeeze. For the 30-second interval in circuit 1, so basically you're running in place, but you're touching your toes, the top of your foot to the bench each time you switch. So essentially you're running in place and you're just tapping your toes. This forces you to bring your legs higher up. So it's going to really get the heart rate up. So it looks like this. If that's too difficult, you can use something a little less in height. The bottom of your staircase, you can use the bottom step. If you have any books lying around, you can stack 3, 4, 5, how many books you need. Make sure you put them up against the wall so they don't slide out from up under you. Okay, for the first exercise in circuit 2, it's the stiff leg deadlift. Taking all the weights off, I'm just going to show you the proper form, but make sure you use a weight with all these exercises that's challenging enough for you. The weight that I use is a little too difficult to grip, so I use the Versa grips. They're awesome. So I have no weight on here, but I'm going to show you proper form. You want your feet, I don't know if you can see this, you want your feet closer together than, a little closer than shoulder width. So from the side, as you're bringing the bar down, you're going to bring your hips back. So you're sliding the bar down your leg. Make sure you keep the bar close to your leg. When you bring your hips back, make sure you keep your back straight. Very, very important on this movement or on this exercise. So bring it down. At the top of the movement, squeeze. Bring those hips back. Okay, for the second exercise in circuit 2 is a single leg wall sit. You're going to start with your left leg first. Make sure when you're in the squat position, your back is pushed up against the wall, pressed against the wall, and also you want to make sure your knee is right over your heel. I take this leg and I just rest it on my toe here. So essentially you're sitting in a squat position for 30 seconds. Very important that you make sure your back is pressed against the wall. And then you're going to switch after 30 seconds and do the other leg. To make it a little easier, you can either hold on to something or cross your leg over, and that actually makes it a little easier. Third exercise in circuit 2 is a Bozu squat. Be very careful getting on the Bozu. Normally I step on one side with dumbbells already in hand if you're using weights. And you're going to bring those hips back, Make sure your core is tight, your back is straight, and you're going to squat. You want to bring the dumbbells down to your side as you're going down. When you're coming up at the top of the movement, squeeze your glutes. If that's too difficult, okay, for the 2 30-second intervals in circuit 2, the very first one is a band monster walk. So I have a band that snapped on me a couple years ago. I just tied it, and I use this for these exercises. I'll use this band for these exercises. You're going to put it around your foot, about the middle of your feet. You want to bring your feet out, and you're going to walk. You want to try to keep your feet as wide as you can during this walk. It looks ridiculous, but trust me, it works on your glutes. You'll feel your thighs burning. So essentially it's like this. So you're walking around for 30 seconds. Make sure you keep your feet as far apart as you can. The other 30-second interval in circuit 2, it's an alternating lateral band leg raise. Same thing, put the band around your feet. And with this one, instead of your feet being together and then bringing your leg up, you want your feet apart so there's always tension on your legs. So you're going to lift each leg up. It's okay if you move a little to the side each time you lift your leg. You're going to feel the burn.